Hello everybody, this is SnowiiFrog giving you another episode here in the guide for Transportation Tycoon. This one is going to be a small one on how to build a train route. If you saw the other episode in the series here, I found this little area where we will be transporting coal. And if you're not sure why I'm transporting coal, then see the video before this. It's episode 4 in the tutorial series. But we'll start by transporting the coal from this little coal mine to this, no, it's up here, power station here. And I showed you on the map in the other episode where we found this. So that's just gonna be it. It's just a very basic train route, but it is very good to start getting some cash in. And what you do, this is not open. You press this railway track here, and if you wanted to, you can still pin it up here, so it doesn't go away when you remove all your screens. Then what you do is press the railway station here. The number of tracks you can see here is well, how many tracks you want on your station. The length of your train, I usually do around 6, because that works with the length of trains I'm using. So if you can, try and do that, otherwise you can do smaller. And then you need to remember the orientation of the station, but we'll see that in while building this. So I'll build the first train station here, which I can't. This is one very important thing to remember. The game is paused, so you cannot build. That's to prevent you from just pausing the game, building like hell, and making a lot of money, or making a lot of routes, and not having the time to walk, so to say. So the time of the game doesn't move, and well, that's not fun. But I unpause, and then I can build it here. And when I see I paused again, just to show you, and everything is pausing. I have all my trees on, and the towns on. Oh, need to press the right one here. Sorry. Here the settings for transparency options. If you want to be just like this, you can just press things on and off. But I'm taking them off for now for showing you. And what we're going to do now is place the other station. Sometimes you can just build the route first, but here in the beginning I'm going to show you how to just build a station. And as you noticed, I pressed this one fairly quickly without actually even thinking about it, so it'll be second nature for you. And I'll just place the station here, push that down. Now we come to the building of tracks. As you can see here, we've got 5 different kinds of tracks. This one can only go in this direction, as you can see. This one only go in this direction. And again, this direction. And this direction. So if you want to, you can use these. And I recommend you to use this one, because as you can see, I can actually drag and drop completely how I want to. Red is where the where I can't build tracks due to slopes or water or things. But if I press now, it would actually build the track from here up until the red part. So don't just do it if you're not going to build the track. But then I'm going to do something very simple here. I'm going to do a little bit dragging here. And again, the game is paused, and that's why I can't build. So I'm just going to build 3 tracks here, and then I'm going to build a few tracks down here just to see kind of where I'm going, and then I can actually just do it from here and drag it. As you can see now, I know this is going to line up, and then I just do this. So now we've actually got the tracks completed between 2 of our stations. Then we need somewhere to get the trains out, or not just out, but also where they will be serviced. So I usually, if I just do a small track like this, I can just put it in the end of the station, but I recommend you to do it in each end of the stations. So that's fairly simple. Now we have the track and we're ready to build a train. Now we go into the train depot in one of them. I recommend you doing it in this at the end with the coal mine, so it doesn't have to travel that far. Then press new vehicle, and as you can see here, an entire list of vehicles come up. It's not that huge yet, but you'll get used to scrolling a little bit here. And as you can see here, the different trains have different speeds and different costs, and different running costs a year. As you can see, they're different, and a max reliability. I'm not going to go into that right now, but you will have to look at a bit that in the later sections. You could just start by using this little Jubilee steam train in the beginning of the game. You can always upgrade it at a later point. So I'm going to buy the vehicle, but it doesn't have anything on it. And as you can see down here, there is train wagons. So we need to find the one we're transporting. We're transporting coal. So, oh, it's actually there, the coal truck. The livestock, goods, grains, hopper, steel, armored van. Armored van is the ones doing valuables. Otherwise, you can pretty much guess what they're transporting. An iron ore hopper is transporting iron ore. Wood is wood, grain, goods, and livestock, and so on. But we need some coal trucks. And what we do is buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I talked about a little bit earlier, you can see my train lengths. It's actually standing right out here. It's not that big, but you can see 3.5 or 3.0. The reason for the length of your station, if you're just going to be running with this, the main train and 5 carriages, then you don't need a station that's bigger than 3. The reason it says this is the trains are going to be faster at turning around. In the long run, you will think about that, but just for your information, if you look a little bit here, you can see how far your train is, and you can see if I built it's using a 3.5. If you're using some trains here have an extra little coal carriage on top of it, and the wagon can be longer. So that's why it's in the decimals and so on. What we've done now, I put a little bit extra on. It's actually maybe too many on this small route, but on a longer route that could be fine. As you can see, there is too few orders in the schedule. So what I did was I pressed the arrow here, trains orders, and you can see it's pretty empty. And I can actually pause the game here. You can do that in the beginning, because you can do all this while it's paused. What I do is just press the go to, and then I want to press this one because I want to take this full load. It's recommended here in the beginning because, well, we don't want to just go back and forth only picking up a few stuff and getting all the expenses on the train. So press here and full load all cargo, and you can see any cargo and everything, but load, full load all cargo. You just do that. I'll explain the others later. Then you press to go to and go here, and you can see if you want to, you can check the station. It accepts coal. That was what I didn't actually discuss with you earlier, but I'll just go in a second. When you've done that, you can actually just press here and press there, and then the train should be leaving. But what I didn't tell you was when you're placing the stations, you can see the train is coming in here, and nothing is being placed here yet, and now they're starting to supply coal to the train, because you need to be at the train station the first time for it to start giving you something. But as you can see, the blue highlight here is actually the coverage of the station. So this station I could actually also travel with, transport some iron ore, because it's within the blue grid. But it doesn't matter how much of the blue grid's actually on it, as long as you got one tile. So I could place this station, I could have placed over here. I could also have done this, placing the station here or here, and it would still supply the same amount. So if you wanted to make this route shorter, you could just place the station down here and you would make it a little bit shorter. You will be using this at a later point. You can also take it off if you want to. But that also helps you to figure out where to place your stations when doing multiple routes, multiple huge stations later on. That's going to be very important for you. But I'm just going to fast forward here, and let's see the first train getting in, and that'll be the end of this tutorial. The next one, I'm going to show you how to build a double route down here. As you can see, we're getting our first cache. We're unloading. And as soon as it hits zeros, the gold is coming in. There you see, our income is in green and all our expenses are in red. I hope this was helpful for you. So see you guys later. Bye.